Hello, my grim ghouls and ghosts. It's me, your friendly local vampire. I know it's been a while since I've made my first long-form content. It's taken so long because I've been wondering what I should do. And then I got back into Twisted Wonderland and I had the question that later became the idea for this video. What if the characters of Twisted Wonderland were born in our world and went to a normal college, so there are no beastmen, fae, or magic? And disclaimer, I do not own these characters, they belong to Disney and the creators of the Twisted Wonderland game/franchise. And the characters are aged up to be what the ages of our college students would be, since the Night Raven College in Twisted Wonderland is technically what our high school would be if we went by ages. Anyways, the first part is designing the Insomnia dorm. First up in the redesign is Malleus. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I hope I am. I made Malleus the godson of Lilia, since in canon, Lilia helped to raise Malleus. Because Malleus's power involves vines and thorns, I made his main study plant sciences, which he excels in. I kept his general shape the same, but the main thing I changed was his hair and of course his horns. I turned his horns into a sort of hat that has fake horns attached. The hat was made by Lilia, as in this AU, he is an art and clothing design teacher, but that will be explained whenever I show off Lilia's design. I'm glad that I thought to do a hat because I really like the way it looks, although the horns were a little challenging to do at first. I didn't really change a lot of the colors, like his skin color is the same along with his eye color. I do think that I changed the hair color to be a little bit paler at the tips. As for his uniform, I made it so that the college uniform was a bit more basic version of the original. Just because I was lazy and I didn't really feel like making the uniforms detailed, I kept the tie the same, and in this AU, students can choose the color of their button-up. I made it so that it's sort of like a signature color, or a color that matches them, so Malice's color is green. There's also no Insomnia dorm or Scarabia dorm or anything like that. It's all just one big dorm since the dorm names are a little bit too magical. Anyways, here's Malleus renamed to Malcolm. Next up is Silver. So for the background info, in canon, Silver was officially adopted by Lilia, and I kept that in this AU. While he is technically 400 years old in canon due to being put under a sleeping spell when he was a baby, I felt like that would be a little bit too old for this AU, so instead of being placed under a spell, he was put into a 4-year coma after an accident that killed his parents. After that, he was placed in foster care where he was fostered and later adopted by Lilia. Also in canon, Silver suffers from narcolepsy, so I also included this, adding eye bags and one of those airplane neck pillow things into the design to show it. I also made him study neurobiology, since neurobiology, according to Google, covers narcolepsy extensively. I thought it'd be a fun little design for him to study a condition that he has. I don't know why, but I like it. For his physical design, not much change since he's human, I think. His hair shape is the exact same, and colors didn't change much either, but I think I made his shirt color this pale purplish color. Also, since he does have narcolepsy, if he falls asleep in class, the teachers will give him the notes or the discussion/lesson topic for him to study over later, or he'll take things like quizzes or exams on a later date or in a lunch break if he falls asleep for most of it. And he does pretty well in class despite his condition. Our third design is Sebek. I think I struggled drawing him the most. By this point it was near 2 to 3 a.m. and I was tired. I also think that I changed his character the most physically. I made his dad still have his job, which should be a dentist, but don't quote me on that. Next power is Living Bulk, so I decided to make him want to pursue a career in electrical engineering and maintenance. But when I googled what exactly the course would cover, Google told me no such classes existed. Instead, the student would take a series of specialized courses, such as mathematics, like calculus 1, 2, and 3, and linear algebra, sciences like calculus-based physics and chemistry, and an introductory engineering for year 1 and 2. And then the third and fourth year would have the core courses like signals and systems, electromagnetic field, analog/digital electronics, and control systems and or other specialized classes. When designing him, I was trying to figure out how I exactly wanted to do his hair, but I eventually went for it pulled back. I also decided to give him glasses, because yes. I struggled with the pose of it too, specifically the perspective of his head in the book since he is positioned at a slight angle. As for the coloring, since mint green hair isn't exactly an actual hair color in our world, his original hair color is brown and he dyed it to the mint green. In the show, I believe his mom has mint green hair since she wasn't human, but his dad's hair color is never confirmed, so I decided in this EU it'd be brown. I also decided to have his hair buzz underneath, and whenever the non-buzz part isn't pulled back, it kind of just covers that buzz part, but he often has his hair tied up for school. His signature shirt color is a pale yellow to symbolize his power of electricity from the canon. I also decided to change his name to Sebastian in this AU because Sebek is derived from Sebastian, so his name is Sebastian, but his nicknames are like Sebek and Seb. So I just feel like it'd be really cool to add. And finally, the lovely old man we've all been waiting for, Lilia. I adored this design. By this point, it was past 3 a.m. and I was tired. I also changed his clothes the most. Teachers have their own uniforms, but they can add their own accessories, such as jackets, hats, belts, and other jewelry, and so on. Explained earlier, he is a teacher. I decided that since he is so old, it'd be a little bit more appropriate if I made him a teacher instead of a student, like in the Wonderland franchise. So he is a young-looking 35-year-old. I kept his hair mostly the same and made it look like he did it himself. He is the art and fashion design teacher since his power is Far Cry Cradle, which allows him to replay brief fragments of memory stored within objects. I thought that making him a teacher where he creates objects that can have like fond memories attached or even just sad ones would be quite fitting for his character design. On to his physical design. His uniform is a lot different from the OG one. I gave him a purple vest over a black button-up and black trousers, along with gold accents, and his shoes are still special snowflakes and look amazing. I still gave him green accents on his vest and shirt, so he has some sort of tied to the green uniform of the Insomnia, but I felt the purple vest would match a lot more than green. Personally, his sign is my favorite. Also, just to explain the math of the ages when Lily adopted Silver. Lily adopted a 6-year-old Silver when he was 22, so while Silver was at school, Lily would be at college classes for teaching and art, and when he couldn't pick Silver up, he would have Malcolm's mom, as they were friends when they were in high school, watch him for a bit. Sebek was also Malcolm's neighbor, so they would all play together and be outside until Silver would be picked up by Lilia. At the time of this AU, Silver is 19 years old. Doing the math, that's 13 years that have passed, so 22 plus 13 is 35, so Lily would be 35 at this time. Just in case there was any potential confusion. Anyways, sadly that is all for this part. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you like this. It lets me know that what I'm doing makes people happy and it boosts my channel. I promise I will start posting long form content a little bit more regularly. I can't make promises though, as school is coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next part, which will be the design of Savannah Claw.